Part 3.
Hail Lord Kirby! I hope when I die I can finally meet my creator, George Kirby.
Oh, God.
I hope I'm worthy to face him. Gosh.
All right.
George Kirby, the man who died being nailed to the knee.
Okay, anyways.
I miss him.
Part 3. Our politics are becoming more menacing.
They say our politics are becoming more political.
Okay, did you hear anything about the Paul Gosar?
No.
Did you hear about him? Because he posted like a controversial video. He's a Republican.
Oh.
He posted a video. He took it down without apologizing. So this guy talks about it. If there was an Exhibit A to describe this shift, it might be an anime video. But he spells anime like this, with an accent mark after the E.
Anime. Very fancy.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about Japanese animation.
The guy's
because
like,
he
listen,
says,
I only watch Kill la Kill. He like goes into detail about the shows he likes.
Earlier this month, Republican Representative Paul Gosar posted a photoshopped anime video to his Twitter and Instagram accounts showing him attacking President Joe Biden and appearing to kill Democratic Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez with a sword. The House voted this week to censure Gosar with virtually no Republicans backing the resolution. Gosar took down the video after facing criticism but did not apologize, and later retweeted a post that contained the video.
He only took it down so he wouldn't lose his Twitter account. That's funny.
Anime.
Okay. Anime. CNN's like, listen, sometimes you just gotta suck a toad for America. Put the toad in your mouth. Develop the warts. Gnaw on it a little bit. Dead toad. But a free America.
Wow. There's like this is the article talking about the guy's video.
Oh my gosh. Can we skip that one? Because they'd be like, this is like a clear sign that he wants to kill people. The fact that he made a meme out of anime
okay, whatever.
is clearly a
cool,
sign of him being a white supremacist.
Gosar's video wasn't an isolated incident. Violent political rhetoric has been escalating among some members of the Republican Party. And while not all of it is fueled by white men, much of it starts at the top, with former President Donald Trump.
Oh, man.
Trump's violent and sexist rhetoric has been well documented.
Yeah, when he said, I'd kill a woman because they're so weak. Trump's famous quote, remember? He was like, listen, I would never hurt a man, but I'd be damned if I wouldn't punch a woman in the face because they're so damn weak. Let me tell you something. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? They're so weak, yet they get away without getting smacked to the ground every day. This is why they want to take away our patriarchy. Remember the patriarchy. That's why they want to take it away, because they don't want to let us slap our women around when they burn our eggs. Because I want a woman that'll make me a nice breakfast. Toast. Remember toast. A nice toast breakfast with eggs that aren't burnt. Damn burnt eggs. I told Melania, if you burn my eggs, I slapped her right there. We used to live in a different America. The libs want to take it away.
Oh, man.
I say go to hell.
That's really
Let
funny.
me slap my women. I am the patriarchy.
I'm laughing because I'm married.
So true.
It is. Oh, man, it's not even a joke.
I don't even want to finish this article.
Well, let's finish this section at least.
Let's finish
Okay, more white men now identify as Republican.
Oh.
And the gender gap between
Hold on, that's not fair. I think more people in general do.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Black people are also voting Republican more.
Yeah, didn't
That's like
a
saying
lot
like
of minorities vote for Trump. The only reason Democrats won anything in 2020 was because of white people.
Yeah, they were the party of the white people this year.
Yeah, so shut up.
Shut your pie-eating hole before I crush your neck like a scallop.
And the gender gap between both major parties is as large as it's ever been in the last 2 decades. One New York Times columnist under the headline, "The Angry White Male Caucus," said this anger is driven by white men
Just
who
the
fear,
angry white male Caucasian.
all right, who fear a changing America, quote, "in which the privilege of being a white man isn't what it used to be."
It's not the same.
I don't think...
What do they mean is that what it used to be? Like, it's less racist now?
Yeah, like, it isn't what it... Sorry, guys. Derek, you don't get to feel what it was like to be a white man over 100 years ago.
Yeah, it's like, oh, listen, it's time for white people to get used to not having slaves.
Yeah, we
Guys,
gotta get
it's time to
used
finally
that.
get over it. I know there are still people weeping, but it's time to get over it.
Yeah. The anger also seems to be getting worse. After President Joe Biden signed an infrastructure bill into law this month, some House Republicans who voted for it reported receiving death threats.
You know what's funny, though? Like, if it came out that George Soros or Barack Obama, Bill Gates or George Soros or any of those guys had, like, a slave secretly,
Yeah.
like a black slave, they wouldn't talk about it. Bill Gates is such a dork.
Election officials and school board members across the country are also reporting escalating threats. A recent poll revealed that 30% of Republicans believe that violence is justified to save the country.
And?
Violence is extremely vague, whatever that means. Does that mean just punching people in the face?
Well, when there's riots, it is justified.
Yeah, and riots. Because violent
Justified
riots.
literally under the law, so there you go. Not as
Yeah.
justified a judge.
It's like,
Can
I'm
actually
surprised
justify it.
more don't believe that violence is justified, considering that most Democrats believe it. You saw that one lady holding up the bloody decapitated head of Trump. Remember? Yeah. And the MSNBC host saying we need a drone strike conservatives.
Yeah.
It's like, come
Well, that's
on.
not violence kill because it's not done with an AR-15 type weapon
Oh,
or like weapon. I mean,
but they don't
if it's
specifically
drone
state
strike, good.
that. And,
Conservatives and Republicans.
decapitation,
Decapitation
also
good of Trump at least. But yeah, don't use an AR-15. Don't even look at an AR-15 like weapon, or you might be a white supremacist. Here's the album of this. Anybody who's like slightly paler than black, we'll just go with it. Anyone who's a little bit paler than black is a white supremacist. So that means we get AOC on our team. We get all those guys on our team. And then you can just like fight the weak ones, which means I'll be fine. But I'm not sure about those damn libs.
Political violence is not limited to the GOP. A Bernie Sanders supporter who publicly declared his hatred of conservatives shot 5 people at a Republican baseball practice in 2017. But talking about assaulting and killing political enemies has become so normal and seemingly acceptable in conservative circles today that a white man felt comfortable enough to ask a right-wing activist at a public forum in Idaho last month, saying, "When do we get to use the guns? How many elections are they going to steal before we kill these people?"
So this would be a good time to play the clip of Chris Cuomo saying, "Who said that protests have to be peaceful?"
And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
And on top of that, this right-wing activist doesn't have a name.
Yeah, can you please give us a name so we can look up this person?
At a public forum.
That's the funny thing. They can give, if they drop the names, all these people probably have a social media thing. You can probably look them up and find them.
Yeah,
Like, it's not like
if these people are really evil, CNN could be
like in the
like
40s,
publicly
knowing
posting their names.
Like in like the 70s and 80s and all that stuff. Like, any time like before the internet, I guess it didn't really. You could say somebody's name and it wouldn't really matter. Mm-hmm. But now it's like you can say somebody's name and people can look it up and they can be like, oh, huh. You know what? If there's really a white supremacist running around murdering people, I say go ahead and arrest him. If you have to, shoot him. Mm-hmm. But you have to find him first.
And he says, add to this toxic political atmosphere another element. Laws that not only protect white vigilante violence, but in some cases seem to embolden vigilantes.
When did vigilante become like a bad thing?
I don't know.
I thought vigilantes are supposed to be like heroes that like go to work when the law stopped working for the people.
Which is exactly what happened.
Yeah. It's like a vigilante. Are you saying that you go and defend the people of your town when the law doesn't? Mm-hmm. Against criminals?
Activists
Vigilante? Oh, gosh. It stank, that word.
Activists hope that widely seen videos showing white police officers and white men shooting black men like Arbery would inspire the courts and state legislators to revisit laws that made such actions possible.
Those Jim Crow laws.
But even after nationwide protests over the murder of George Floyd by a white police officer, little has changed.
A white police officer who's still alive, I might add.
Yeah, right. A growing number of Americans now want police funding increased. And though Georgia overhauled its citizens arrest law, a reform bill called the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act died in Congress 2 months ago.
Good. I don't even want to know what that act was. It means you can't, like, kill a black person if he's about to kill someone else.
Yeah.
Like, is that what the act is? Look at the skin color before you act?
Yes.
Think skin color. Assess the situation. First thought, skin color. Second thought, why is there a knife in my chest?